everybody. How's it going? I'm sorry, I'm just really excited today. I can't stop messing with my hair. I need to calm down. I am 3/8 of a doctor. I just finished 3rd semester of med school. Oh my gosh, this feels amazing. And the whole bunch of nothing on my calendar right now is beautiful. Literally all I'm doing right now is watching Chicago Med reruns and kind of like thinking back, like, now that it's all over and I'm able to actually take a second to chill. I'm thinking about like this past semester, everything we learned, and then in the future, next semester was coming down the pipe. And it's crazy to think how much we crammed in. We covered renal, so all kidney stuff. We covered GI, gastrointestinal, endocrinology, and repro in this semester. So, excuse my French here, but basically we covered pee, poop, hormones, and private parts. All the stuff that most people usually get really grossed out about. We covered it all in one semester. And yeah, I'll admit that learning to do pelvic exams for the first time is never not going to be awkward. But we learned a lot of really amazing stuff. Honestly, the human body is straight magic. I will never get over it. But besides all the guts and the goo, there are definitely some things about med school in general, though, that I learned and came to terms with that would have been nice to have known or had a better handle on 6 months ago. Stuff that I kind of figured out over the course of this semester. So I'll share a couple of those things, and then be sure to watch the end of the video for like an update on what's coming up in the next semester. 2022 is going to be intense. To start, first year really did suck. Like a lot. Like it was hard. For real, I was just talking to an M1 friend a little bit ago about how, knowing how bad it is, I don't think I could go back and redo first year, especially first semester. Honestly, I feel like second year so far has been bliss compared to this time last year, because no one can, I've talked about this before, no one can really prepare you for it. People can tell you how bad it is, but you don't really know, and you just kind of work through it, and it's not until after you're done with it and after you move into, the next year or whatever, that you realize like, wow, that was horrible, but you did it already, so it's fine. Not to scare any incoming first years at all. It's just kind of like, here's a fair warning, but there definitely is a light at the end of that tunnel to look forward to. Second thing I was thinking about related to just kind of med school in general, stuff I wish I'd kind of come to terms with faster and earlier. Kind of on a more serious note, like I gotta admit, those rose-colored goggles that I came in with and that most incoming med students come in with, they are off, full off, gone. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you might remember the one where I'm literally like curled up on my couch, just talking to the ceiling and venting about, my quarter life crisis that I was going through a little bit ago. It was a rough time. The further I get into this kind of education pathway, whatever, the easier it is to feel like a very small cog in a really big, inefficient, scary machine. I've had to have a lot of really honest conversations and a lot of self-reflection to process some of the things I've experienced and seen and learned about how medical education and the healthcare system in the US in general works. I feel like in a lot of ways, these systems let down trainees and healthcare workers and physicians, leaving us pretty burnt out, unsupported, which is really difficult to confront if you're like me and you've pretty much decided that medicine is it. Like, you can't see yourself in any other line of work. What I'm getting at is that it's easy to feel swallowed up by this system and pretty defeated and like you can't make a real impact, especially this early on in training as like a med student. That's been a major struggle of mine this semester. And it made me question kind of like why I was doing this and what right did I have at all to be making any of these videos? How could I think that I could help anybody else? Stuff like that. And luckily I had this really awesome professor this semester who helped me realize that just being really open and honest about what we struggle with, even if it's not pretty and it's not glamorized, but putting these struggles out there for others to relate to and to learn from can be really powerful with the platforms that we have now available, like, YouTube, to do that. I can't count how many DMs I've gotten that are from people saying like, hey, thanks for the honesty. And you know what? If these help even like one person out there who had questions or was struggling, then the effort to make these videos is 200% worth it for me. So for the pre-meds out there, the incoming and current med students, medical culture is a slow moving beast that has a lot of catching up to do. But we don't have to wait until we're well-established, top of the food chain attending physicians to nudge things in the right direction. The times I was struggling the most during this semester was when I forgot that. So I'm passing this on so you all can remember that the systems in place can really do a good job at making you feel insignificant, but you aren't. We are absolutely able to change things within our sphere of influence, and those changes can and do snowballing. I've seen it. Butterfly effect, baby. All right, yeah, now I'm off my soapbox, done. So I was kind of saying in the beginning, as for like an update, what's to look forward to, and next semester, next year. So next semester we'll be doing our second neurology block. Then we'll also be doing musculoskeletal and skin. We'll be doing, I believe after that is psych, and then evidence-based medicine. And then we'll jump straight into step dedicated studying, and then taking step 1. And after that, we start rotations, which is crazy. That seemed so far away when I was starting out last year. I was like, wow, rotations are forever away. When will we ever get there? Well, it's in 6 months. What? So in a couple of months, the people in my class will all be submitting our preferences for how we want to do rotations and like what order and stuff. Oh, I'm excited. I'm really excited for that. I mean, it's kind of hard to focus on rotations right now because we're kind of we all have to deal with and take step 1 before we jump into rotations. But man, I'm just pumped to finally figure out what I want to do when I grow up, Like as a pre-med, you're like, yeah, I want to be a doctor. And then you get here and you're like, actually have no idea most of the time. Like for me, I have no clue what I want to do with my life when I grow up. So I'm really looking forward to rotations to like help me figure that out. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. So that's the update. That's what I've got for today, everybody. Please remember to like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and see you next time.